Welcome to another episode of Legion Elite Motorsports. I'm your host, Isaiah. And today we're going to be diving into some electrical fan modification. We're going to be taking out the original fans and putting in some good aftermarket ones. I'm going to make sure to leave a link in the description below. And yeah, take it from there. And for those who go the 240 route with the radiator, I'm going to leave a link in the description below of this device here. It's a universal thermostatic switch. See if it'll zoom in on that. Probably not. But it's 32 millimeter. And this is what you need to turn on and off the fans. All of the information will be shown in the video. Enjoy. Okay, we are back at it. So, let's get a cold start. That'll be good. Okay. So, give it a little start here. That was quick. Not bad. A little shaky on warm up, nothing too crazy. All right, let's get an exhaust shot again, you know. Beautiful, no smoke, good tone. Awesome, awesome. We'll let her warm up and then we'll give it some revs and see how she feels. Okay, so, excuse the wind noise. Again, it's super hot here in Florida, so let's get some revs in. Let's see what she sounds like. Beautiful. I love it. I need to bump up the fuel pressure a touch, but other than that, she is perfect. Actually, let me grab the Allen key and adjust that now. And we should be good to go. So, if you watch the fuel pressure, that's exactly what you want. So, let me adjust that fuel pressure, and what we're gonna do today is we're gonna wrap up all of these wires. Now that we know the car is properly tuned and turnkey, now we get to make the wire situation here disappear. So, we're gonna dive in. Okay, so everything is all adjusted, nice and pretty like. So now we're gonna start unplugging everything. All right, TPS unplugged. Piston number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right back here. This one's a little tough to get to, but we will manage. Alrighty. So, each plug has a specific color. So, number 1 is solid yellow. Then number 2 is solid orange. Then number 3 is yellow with a black stripe. See this here? Yellow, black stripe. Then number 4 is orange with a black stripe. So the sooner you kind of memorize that, the better off you'll be, so you'll never get these plugs mixed up ever. Pretty simple. But yeah, so just so you know, this is number 4. Let's see. This is number 3. Where's my 2? Here's my 2, solid orange. And here's my 1, solid yellow. So it's just that simple when it pertains to this harness. So I'm gonna section these wires off. Let me see. So this is the length I got on these. I do not want to shorten it, but I do want to separate everything so I can wrap it up neatly. So these are the loose wires that we're not going to be using. These are accessories for anything you want to run additional, whether it needs power at a certain RPM, ground at a certain RPM, anything like that. And we're not going to be using these. This one actually is, no, not that one. Where is it? Let's see. Nope, not that one. Okay, one of these, oh, here it is. Here we go. Is tack output. So if anything needs a tack signal, you can get a digital signal from this wire here, which technically we don't need, but we're gonna hook it up to the original tack for the original clock inside. And we're gonna add in the translator because I believe this one does a sine wave to register RPM, and this 80s vehicle does square wave, something like that. So that's why they have a translator or a converter for the tack signal, tack converter. So we'll be adding that a little bit later. But for right now, we're gonna wrap up all of these wires. I'm gonna take out the relay there, wrap up those wires individually and put them back so we can see exactly which one's which. So this one is the fuel pump. We got ignition switch on, constant power in the back, ground over there. Simple enough. And there's a diagram on top just in case. Bosch. So yeah, so gonna wrap these wires up and let's see what we get. Okay, and wire tuck is 90% complete. Now all I have to do is finish this section from here on down, and that's it. But that is a huge difference. Let's zoom in so you can see. I'm gonna zip tie these guys right here so they're just not loose and slinging around. And that's it. She is completely tucked, looking good. Everything is plugged in. So what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna start it to make sure that everything is plugged in the proper position and make sure that everything is connected properly. So let me start it up. Fuel pressure is good. And here we go. There we go. She started up, no problem. So that's perfect. So, yeah, let's move on to the next thing. I'm gonna finish this up right here on down, and we'll be good to go. And that'll be perfect. Let's do a quick before and after. And we're back at it again with Alex. You know what I mean? So what we got going is we are pulling the OEM fans out. We're going to keep the wire so it'll plug in, and then we're going to plug the wires into the aftermarket fan. So these being the aftermarket fans, they have their own plug, but we're going to cut that off and add in this plug. So basically, once everything's connected, the radiator has thermostatic switches here and here. So hopefully those work and we'll be able to turn on and off the fans with them. So we're going to connect the new fans, give it a shot. If it doesn't work, then we have another thermostatic switch, so we're not worried about it. And we'll take it from there. So this one's going to stay here original. And then these are going to be hooked up aftermarket. So yeah, let's get into it. So now that we have the housing off.
It's on this strip.
Is it? Okay. But it opens like access port. That works. Okay. So we're going to cut these two wires, which give power and ground directly to the motor. And we're going to use these wires for our aftermarket fans down there. And boom, we'll have a factory harness.
You don't have to take it off from here or something.
That's okay, we can cut it right there. That works. So yeah, so we're gonna cut it and take it from there. All right, so what Alex is doing is he is gently placing the radiator back into place. And what we did was we installed the fans where they're gonna stay forever. And of course they clear everything. This is a nice 2-row radiator. So what we're gonna do now is we had to remove the radiator hose from the top to slide in the two fans. And then after we place everything where they need to be, we have these nice push ties, push to lock type ties. And they are handy in tight spaces. And it fits perfectly from end to end. And yeah, so all we have to do is a little bit of wiring, and we'll be able to fill the fluid back up and test out the fans. Okay, so this is the final product. We connected some back and forth connectors, so if they end up spinning backwards, which is applicable, you can just switch the plugs, no big deal. We have ground, the original plug is plugged in, and the thermostatic switch is plugged in at the bottom on both fans. So we're gonna start it and see if the fans turn on. Okay, so car's been idling for a good amount of time. Oh, there it goes. So we have this fan working perfectly, and then the other two are not turning on. So that means that I have to connect this thermostatic switch to this one, and then all three should turn on. I think they put the thermostatic switches in the wrong position when they installed the radiator, because there is a right and a left, and these two are supposed to turn on first, and then the third one last. But it's okay, regardless of what, the upgrade to that is getting all three to turn on, cool the car down, and turn off, just like that. So let me modify the bottom of these thermostatic switches, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to take the wire from this side, add it to that side, and that's it. So now, with just switching the wire from this one to this one, all of the fans come on. That's exactly what you want, for it to turn on and turn off by itself. Okay, so was going to take it to get some gas, and as you can see, the gas light is on, but the engine's still running. See? But the transmission decided not to work. So we're in drive, and we're not moving. And it's beginning to rain, so this is fun. Yeah, so I will be back with you guys. You know, another reason why I don't like automatic, but I heard there's some people that actually hook these trannies up to handle some power. I still don't see how every automatic transmission that I've ever seen ends up not working, so that's fun. So I managed to get the car back. The current owners expressed to me that the transmission that's in here, even though it's automatic, it was rebuilt less than 3,000 miles ago. So I guess he's gonna take care of that with whomever he had rebuild it. But we're not too worried about it over here with the car because we're gonna be swapping it to manual. So no big deal. So we're definitely gonna jump on that next episode, of course. And what we're gonna do also is we're going to have a episode drop on Wednesday. It's a little update to the twin cam turbo engine for the Mirage. So definitely stay tuned for that. That's gonna be nice and fun. And yeah, let's just say it's gonna be very interesting. All right, so I'll see you guys there. And we're gonna call it an episode right there. But like I was briefly explaining, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of update on Wednesday of what I've been doing with the twin cam motor for the Mirage. So definitely make sure you look out for that video. Gonna be dropping on Wednesday. So until then, I'll see you guys that video. And remember, knowledge is power.